I've had the privilege to see her in many different environments. I've seen in Aston Villa, in West Ham, in Manchester United. But I think primarily it's what I've seen her doing with the Canadian national team. And I think things we saw in that environment that I think led us to the decision to take her here.
And she has 3 goals in the last 3 games. Just what do you think is going right for her right now? And why do you feel like she's getting more and more comfortable in your system?
I do. I do. She basically came without any preseason with us, so obviously it's been a little bit of time to build in relationships. But what we've seen with Adriana, and is that when she gets put into good scoring positions, she scores a lot of goals. And in environments where she hasn't scored that many goals, it's often been that she hasn't gotten a lot of service and hasn't come to those scoring opportunities. So and that's what I meant, what we were seeing in the Canadian national team, because she got put into much more situations there than she was, for example, in Aston Villa. And we see the same thing here. Once we put her in those situations, she also scores a lot of goals.
Thank you so much, Jonas.
Thank you.
Thanks, Fernando. Abraham?
Hi, Jonas. Thank you for the time. You're one match away from the halfway point in the season. How would you evaluate your team's performance so far?
Oh, like that's not where I'm at in my mind really. It's been game by game. Now we have Washington, and then my plan is after the Washington game to get a little bit time to reflect and see what we can learn, what we need to improve on, and so we can attack the second half of the season with a lot of energy and quality. But right now it's just Washington, so I haven't made too much of a thought process around the first half of the season yet.
Is that something that you often do? I think it's interesting because some coaches are always thinking big picture, and then some coaches are thinking game by game. Are you completely always focused game by game, or do you sometimes drift into the future or the past?
I'm much more game by game. That's why I think it's so important that in any sort of football soccer club that you have people that are thinking long term and you have people that are thinking short term. And in essence, I would say I can think short term, game by game, and we can have Camille Ashton. She can think the longest term about being like roster management and squad planning and all those things. And of course, we need to have the same vision, which we do have, but on a daily basis, that's the two different sort of lenses that we can look through things at. But the team, it's always the most important thing is what we're doing next. And the moment you lose focus on that, I think we have very bad consequences on performances and result. And it is my job to make sure that the team is focused on that task, and it's impossible for them to be focused on it if I'm not.
And what are some of the challenges that Washington presents for this Sunday?
I think a lot. I think they're a pressing team. They really like to press the opponents, and when they do that with quality, you can they force you to turn over the ball. So we need to have a lot of quality on the ball. I think it's one of the strongest teams in being able to counterattack with speed. We saw it more last season than this season, but with players they're getting back here now from injuries, we see that trait is coming back to their game as well. So we need to find a way of controlling these counterattacks. I think defendingly, you just need to handle their offense. It's a team that scores a lot of goals. They've also conceded quite a lot so far this season. But yeah, they pose a lot of different challenges, and we need to do our very, very best of performances. And then I think we have a good shot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for joining. We'll see you on Sunday.